So, truth be told, I kind of struggle with the decision whether or not to share what I'm about to share. And each time I thought about it, walked away from it, I keep getting pulled back into it. And so I am going to share in hopes that it will help someone out there. And hopefully, I will not trigger anyone in a negative way. If I trigger you into healing, then fantastic. If I trigger you into a meltdown, then not so good. But here goes. So back, I'm going to say probably in the early 2000s, I'm living in Miami, and the traffic was not as bad as it is today. But even then, I remember I would completely lose it if I was stuck in traffic. Traffic could be heavy, but as long as it was moving, I was okay. The minute we came to a complete stop, where I can't go forward, backward, left, or right, then I became a raging lunatic. And then, I was in therapy at the time in Miami, and so I'm sharing this with my therapist. And my assignment for that weekend was to go home and figure out the feeling behind that rage. Why was I so angry when I felt trapped? And I tried and I tried and I tried and I thought about it and, tried to come up with it. And then finally it hit me that the feeling was not rage, but one of powerlessness, complete loss of control, because it was the same feeling I got. And here's where I don't want to trigger anyone, but under the weight of my uncle trying to rape me when I can't go left, right, back, forth, but I was trapped under the weight. And so, as heavy as that was, it was one of the best things I could have ever done for myself, because I learned to identify the reason behind the rage. It wasn't just pure rage out of nowhere. No, it was a feeling of being trapped. And so I retooled, I learned, and quite literally, I would be in the car and I would be, even if someone else was there with me, I didn't care. But if I was stuck in traffic, I would start repeating, "It's not my uncle, not my uncle, not my uncle." And that went on for a while, a number of years actually, until I no longer need to say it, because it's just now an automatic response where I've retrained my brain that feeling of being trapped was then, this is now. It's completely different scenarios, different outcomes, and different experiences. And so, in learning to identify the feeling behind the rage, why was I so full of rage when I was stuck in traffic? And yes, being able to connect it to the trauma I suffered when I was age 8 was one of the best healing I could have gifted myself. And so I'm sharing in hopes that when you get triggered by whatever your triggers are, that you're able to trace the root cause and be able to unpack it, look at it, observe it, see it for what it is, and release it. And I guarantee you that will lead to peace, that will lead to calm, that will lead to a reclamation of that part of yourself that was stolen by whatever the trauma or abuse was. I thank you for listening. And this healing journey is full of ups and downs. And I will continue to share what helps me along the way. And yes, forgive the no makeup and the no nothing. That's just who I am. It's just what it is. The roosters are doing what they do. The dogs are barking. I am in Jamaica. And this is my life. This is my journey. Yes, I am healing as fated.